Today's video is about this lid here. I'm really happy with it. So there's a few options for the Fluval Sea Evo 13.5 gallon reef tank. I'm not sure about the other tank. I think it's a 5 gallon, the other Sea Evo. But the main option for this tank and many tanks, I think, is the Kraken Reef lids. Now, I do think that the Kraken Reef lid looks awesome, but it's really expensive. You're talking well over $100. And I was able to get this one on Etsy from a guy named Logan. Now, this is not sponsored. Logan doesn't even know I'm making this video. So Logan, if you see this and you get flooded with a bunch of people wanting to buy your lid, I'm sorry, but not sorry. I will tell you that this lid, he was able to custom put the port in there for the light. And I just measured it with some digital calipers and told him how many millimeters it was. And he put that in there. But I will tell you, he did send me one and I actually had to have him make me another one. And I'll show you why. So this was the first lid that I got. And if we slide it on top and put it right where this one's sitting, you'll notice that there's an overlap, a pretty big one. And so the first lid kept falling in the tank. And I told Logan that I wasn't gonna ask for another one, but it just became so annoying that I ended up asking him for another one. And I felt really bad about that, but I mean, it really did render this lid useless. And you'll notice, I sent him some pictures and he didn't, you know, his customer support was great. I'm not downing him or anything. He asked me for measurements. He said, you know, this doesn't usually happen. He's never had this happen actually. But you'll notice that the new lid has this lip on it. And I believe 3D Ocean had said that Fluval assembles their tanks by hand. So I'm kind of wondering if there was an error on Logan's part, or if maybe Fluval, you know, maybe this tank is like slightly wider. If they are assembled by hand, maybe this one's a little bit off. Either way, Logan quickly, really quickly, got me a new lid, and this one fits great. I really like it. Now, let me show you something else. Now, you guys know that I ordered the 3D Ocean kit, not that frag holder's in it, but I've got the, you know, the chambers in the back and stuff. But Logan's kit, if you're just ordering this lid, comes with actually a closure for the back section of your chambers. Now, you could ask him, you can tell him, you know, hey, I'm running, you know, a protein skimmer in there. And if you're wondering why that's so clean, I just cleaned it, it was full. But you know, he can custom make you one, and these just stick on, so I actually just pulled them off since I'm using this setup. But if you weren't running this, then this is pretty awesome and it'll help with evaporation. The other thing is like all these holes and stuff. If you look at the reviews of this lid, you know, some people obviously asked him to not do any holes. I wanted the holes for some evaporation to prevent the condensation, and actually the lid is still condensating a little bit, but that's okay. I do kind of wish I would have made like maybe a round port, kind of like the Kraken lid. But the reason this one is designed this way is because he actually designs them to fit with the original lights. So what I'm not showing you is that it actually comes with two like brackets where you can mount the original light on top of here. But I'm running I think it's the nano marine light. But this is meant to be, usually there's like a port here, I think, and a port here whenever he sends them out for how he normally does it. And that way you can run the standard light. It looks really nice, like really nice. And as you can see, it's not sagging. And the issue I had with that one, because it wasn't sitting properly, it was beginning to sag. And because it was almost like it was cut uneven or something, and then, you know, the one edge, you could only get two edges on it. So yeah, it just kept falling in and it was really annoying. If you were to keep those back pieces on, you could actually just fold it up, and then, you know, I don't know if it'll stay, but it at least prevents you from like, I have to pick it up, take it off, and then, you know, you always have to deal with the water, the condensation dripping everywhere. So I try to let it drip in the tank, but you inevitably get some of it on, you know, your tank stand or whatever. I will leave a link to Logan's lid on Etsy and try to help him out, guys. If you're looking at getting a lid for your Sea Evo, And if Kraken Reef wants to send me a lid, if they want to send me one to compare or review, I would be happy to do that. Like I said, I don't have anything against them, and if you have a Kraken lid, let me know what you think about it. But this lid, I think I paid between $30 and $50 for, and that was shipped. So it's definitely a better price point compared to the Kraken one. I will say the Kraken one does have some really cool like mesh in it, and then you can choose to put a port, but the problem is they cost a little bit more every time you do some kind of customization, whereas Logan just did it, and he doesn't charge anything else, I don't believe, for, you know, doing a custom design like he did. And it looks a little bit off right there. That's because I don't have the light centered up with it. I couldn't believe how quickly he was able to get me a new lid out after I had a little bit of an issue. I'm really digging it. I think with the 3D ocean stuff from Etsy and then the lid, the tank is really where I want it. Now I'm just trying to dial in my corals. And I don't know if you guys can see that. I don't really know how well they're doing. Like, I don't know if am I reef tanking right? I've got all my levels in check. Everything looks good. You know, I'm dosing Red Sea about half the dose once a week, doing a little bit of reefroids. I'm trying to keep those phosphates down. I've also am running, you know, carbon, Purigen, Phosguard with my setup from 3D Ocean and the chambered basket. But I seem to be limited on growth for some reason on my corals. They look happy, I think, at least the zoas do. I'm not sure what you would say about the candy cane, but I don't really know what I need to do now. I mean, if I'm dosing Red Sea and I'm feeding reefroids, like, what am I doing wrong? You know, the only other thing I can figure, if it's not a nutrient issue, maybe it's a lighting issue. And I'm just wondering if maybe this Fluval light is not putting out enough par for them. And the zoas look happy, as you can kind of see there, but I don't really see any growth either. Like, they're all out, and you know, the candy cane has little tentacles that come out, but I'm just not sure. Also, I think I've got to get some new shrimp or something for my nymph. It's kind of moved around a little bit on me. Oh, you can actually see there's the emerald crab. He stopped eating the little scallop pieces I was feeding him, so I don't know. I think he's probably angry with me right now. But that's it for the lid, guys. Let me know what you think about my corals as well. I really do appreciate you watching, and if you're new to the channel, make sure that you subscribe, give the video a like if you enjoyed it, and head on over to Etsy and support a fellow fish keeper. Like I said, this video is not sponsored and he doesn't even know I'm making it, so it'll be a little surprise to him. Hey, Christmas is coming up, so if you know somebody with a Fluval Sea Evo, maybe it'll be a good gift for them if they don't have a custom lid. So thanks for watching, guys. I will see you in the next one. Take care.